Well, if you've ever had an opportunity to get out to Narrow Lake, you will find a remarkable facility out there that's designed to look after the needs of kids who want to explore the outdoors, women who want to be introduced to the outdoors, and all manners of private groups that want to come out there and learn something about the world that we live in amongst the trees and on the lakes and all that type of thing. And it's a real pleasure to welcome Stacy Kennard to the program. She is, she wears a couple of hats out there, and that's the booking person and also the secretary for the Narrow Lake facility. Stacy, thanks so much. Great to have you here and talk about this unique facility.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So let's maybe take a step back into the time zone and talk a little bit. How did Narrow Lake get established?
So it was a long time ago that HIA and the WISE Foundation used to run the facility. And after many years of just not having a lot of interest in the camp, they ended up closing their doors on the facility as a whole. And so the Alberta Fish and Game, especially Zone 4 and 5, they saw that as an opportunity to support our kiddos that needed to go to camp and learn how to be outdoors. So I can't even remember the date, it's been so long. It's about 20 years ago already, I think, over 20 years. We had a board come together and create a group of people that were very passionate about what we were doing out at the facility and take over the camp. So Zone 4 and 5, they ended up taking over the camp and creating this wonderful board of people and taking on the facility as their own and using it as a jumping off point to get our kids and our women interested in the outdoors. So that's how it started.
So I used some pretty broad strokes there at the beginning, talking about kids being introduced. Give us a sense of what some of the young people would be exposed to at a normal non-COVID year exposure out at the camp.
So, you have the perfect person for it to talk to. I grew up going to the camp as a camper, and I ran the facility. And I was a counselor, and now I just help out there. And a normal day would look like they go to class for an hour where they're in theory. So they'll be doing hunter training or firearm safety. Then they have an hour of hands-on learning, and they would go out to a range and learn archery or field position shooting. Then they would go back into theory, have a wonderful lunch, then a little bit more classes in the afternoon. And then in the evenings, they do a lot of it's a free-for-all. So what they would get to do is all the ranges would be open. So they would be learning handguns, learning shotguns, learning long rifles. They would learn archery. The waterfront's open so they can be out on the canoes and kayaks. So they could be swimming, or they could just be playing in the field or whittling and stick by the fire. It's a really great day. It's a full day. It is super fun for the kids, and they just have a wonderful time out there. So.
Stacy, as someone, as you said, grew up, took in the programs, what did it mean to you to be able to go out and experience that?
So my family is a very big hunting and fishing family. And ever since I was little, it's always been, let's go hunting, let's go hunting. For me to go somewhere where I could learn the rules and learn everything properly and be able to build a family of people and a network of people that have the same interests as me has been super important in my life as a human. And growing up, I have some of my best friends from my first year camp that I still talk to on a regular basis. And I've created a family that is, out there that has been pretty incredible.
What does it mean to the Alberta Fish and Game Association as an organization to be able to run a facility like this in terms of, I guess, promoting the organization, encouraging membership, and also from a financial perspective?
So for just what AFGA stands for is promoting ethical hunting and conservation of our animals. And one thing that we do really pride ourselves out at the facility is we teach that conservation and ethics behind what we what we're meant to do is conserve our animals and protect our populations. And that's been a huge thing. I know for myself in teaching my own children about hunting and fishing, and just having that, experience and being able to pass that along to the next generation, I think is super important. And having that facility has really brought in members from all over Zone 4 and 5, and actually from all over the province, including in Saskatchewan. We've had people come all the way from Saskatchewan to do our programming. It's really opened a lot of opportunities for those people. A perfect example is my niece. She came to camp when she was 12, and now she's in her third year being a conservation officer. So it is absolutely incredible what we're able to do and the types of people we're able to touch just by creating that passion for our learning and what we're really passionate about out in the outdoors. And as from a standpoint from the AFGA making revenue, it's a black one. It's not in the red. It's always in the black for us. It's always been a really great thing that we've run. And, we've never made profit per se, but we've definitely always stayed in the black because it's something that will always be there and there's always an interest, and hopefully future years get to experience this as well. Post-COVID, hopefully, we get some kids back out there. I know we have a long laundry list of kids that need to come out now to camp to get certified, but it's been a very profitable experience for the camp and for the facility.
In a normal year, do you have a sense of just how many kids do go through the program in a summer?
Yeah, so usually it's about 150 kids in a year out at the site. So there'll be 75 per week. That's not including our staff. So there's usually about 30 staff that are out there for the camp. So we have about 100 people on site for a week at a time, which is for the facility a huge benefit. But then we also have our bow program, which is becoming an outdoor women program that we run through the facility. And that's been a very lucrative and profitable for the facility as well. And there's a lot of groups in the province looking at renting out our facility for land-based learning through schools. So I know here in Aspen View School Division, I'm part of that, and we have what's called land-based learning, and we do that for a week, and the kids are outside learning all week. And the facility, the way it is right now, is great setup for that outside passion-based learning for those kids, and learning that land-based learning is super important, and it's very lucrative, and it's becoming in the province to actually grow a lot of interest, and a lot of other school divisions are actually looking at it. So it's something that's going to be very profitable and very interesting here in the next 5 years to see what happens.
Stacey, if somebody is interested in getting more details about the camps, how do they go about that?
So we do have a email that they can reach us at. It's narrowlakebooking@gmail.com. And if they want to call the camp and get some further information, they can just call the main line, and there is a message there where you can reach the president to talk to him. So the number is 780-675-9444.
Outstanding. Well, here's hoping that things get back to normal soon, and you guys are able to get the doors open and get those kids going through the program next summer. So thank you so much for your time today.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it.